Do I have everybody's attention now?
Today on the show, we're going to talk about WWE 2K22, but we're going to go a little bit more in the other direction, and we're going to critique this current rollout, these current trailers, reveals, and updates we've been getting of the game leading to its release. Because it's not all great, is it? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Assemble. I'm Matt. Good to have you here on the show. If it's your first time here, thank you for stopping by. Let's talk about 2K22. Let's have a conversation about the reveal, the rollout, the news, the devs actually doing the interviews, the lack of gameplay and reveals other than just, some superstar ratings and a few little trailers that are not all that awesome. Now, I am generally very optimistic here. I am excited for the game. If you have been watching the channel and watching us go through all of this coverage, I'm a big wrestling fan, period. If AEW, when it eventually releases the game and gives us some news drops on the AEW video game for the consoles, I'm going to be stoked and cover that as well. But when it comes to 2K, this game is very important. This is very important to the franchise for the longevity of WWE 2K games. And it's trying to create some goodwill for a lot of fans that left. And I don't know if they're really doing like a fantastic job with it. Again, optimistic. I hope the game is fantastic. From even the guys over at Vibe that got early playtests of the game, so they were really impressed with a lot of it, that it is a significant upgrade from WWE 2K20. Things are pointing in the right direction for it to succeed. But I can't sit here and say that it's been great, because one of the first things that we got to talk about, we have no gameplay. There's lack of gameplay out there for this. We are 35 days away as the time of this recording of this episode. We are almost like less than a month away from the game releasing, and we have yet to have seen an entrance of a superstar from beginning to end. We have yet to see a match, gameplay. There is no signs that we are going to get in-depth coverage of here's how a match looks, plays, feels. Here's why we are excited about the new controls and showing fans what it really all means. What I really wonder from 2K's side is, why be so hush-hush? Why be holding so much back from fans, from supporters, from creators, and all of that? Is there fear that, the public is going to just completely pitchfork and crush this game if they see gameplay that isn't, 10 out of 10 and people turn their nose at it? I disagree, because I think at this point, and us waiting for a brand new wrestling game, I think that we are excited regardless if it looks decent, okay, good, great. I think we're excited to just see something new. And particularly with this game. After 2K20, the sky's the limit, right? You can almost do no wrong. But when we talk about things like gameplay, and so many of you in the comments have mentioned this, you're feeling frustrated that there is no gameplay being showcased yet. We don't have a good idea of what we are spending our money on and what folks are pre-ordering for. And like a lot of you, I pre-ordered the game and I'm excited for it, but I can't help feeling reserved and feel like I need to be able to speak for the people that are sitting there, that are fans, that feel like they are going to get screwed at the end of the day, that this game is not ready, and that we are getting a lot of lip service. And I think it's important that we highlight the shortcomings of this franchise and identify that our hesitation as players, as fans of the industry, of the game, of the series, we are justified in that we feel uncomfortable or hesitant towards jumping in full tilt with this game in our excitement. I'll do it for us, because when I get new news drop, I'm excited because I love being able to do this and be able to share with all of you. That's my jam. That's what I love to do. But I will totally sit here and speak with you. It's like CM Punk, the voice of the voiceless.
I am CM Punk, and I am the voice of the voiceless.
And I am the voice of the voiceless people that are saying, I'm frustrated that there is no gameplay. I'm frustrated that I haven't seen an entrance reveal. Frustrated that I haven't seen anybody from 2K, the devs themselves, play side-by-side gameplay, hype up their game, the thing they worked on so hard for to try and deliver a great product, a great creative experience. They're artists too. They want to be able to show this thing off. They've had delays up and down. This thing's been pushed back. I'm sure people internally are frustrated of delays and pushbacks and negative press and question marks and all this stuff. But if you are feeling confident, this is what I don't understand. If you are feeling confident in the thing you are making, you are excited for people to see it, to share it, then why are you showing basically nothing? That leads into the trailers. The 2K trailers themselves are exciting in one hand and very disappointing in the other. We have seen giant lapses in time for when we have seen any type of reveal update, and we rely on kind of small YouTube channels like Matt here, where we're going to dissect stuff to try and either make sense of it or to be able to give you some genuine news and updates and a little bit of entertainment on the side. But we go months with nothing, and now we're into the new year when we get the news drops and we get rating reveals coming out, which is great. But the trailers themselves, and even the most recent trailer that we got, it showed a lot of promise and has me very excited because I think if it is true gameplay, looks good, looks better than 2K20. Animations look good. Some character models look excellent. Some, I'm not too sure. Charlotte Flair's character model that I saw, I hope that maybe it was just the shadowing and the lighting based off of the clip they showed us. But to me, that doesn't look like Charlotte. And I don't know why. If you've got all of the cameras and you did all of this motion capture and video capture, you tend to do better capturing and better enhancements on like big giant stars. Like I've seen in the past with like Triple H and Finn Balor and Seth Rollins. They all look really good and crisp. And it seems odd that other superstars don't get the same treatment, even as someone as prominent and high profiled as Charlotte Flair. She didn't look good in the trailer. That's my opinion. And again, hope maybe it's the lighting, the shadowing, the angle, whatever. Maybe the final product looks really good. Some stars look awesome. I think Seth Rollins looks great. Big E looks great. I saw the Usos in there. They look awesome. I'm excited for the new camera angles. If they're bringing it down lower and tighter, I'm very excited for that. But there's no true gameplay in there. There's no real sense of, this is a match. This is a one-on-one match. Like, we've played these games forever. Why wouldn't you have a demo ready to show over and over again of Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins in a one-on-one match for 8 minutes and be able to put that out there? You're telling me that it's not ready? The impression you're giving to your audience and to your fan base is that you're nervous or that you're hesitant to show something. 30 days before a reveal of a game, if we look at any other franchise that goes across multi-platforms, you are getting in-depth coverage, you are getting trailers, you are getting screenshots, you are getting gameplay reveals, 15-minute walkthroughs, first 15 minutes of the game. You're getting all of that. And you cannot say that with a sports-like game of WWE, a simulation of it, that you are spoiling something if you give us a 1-minute gameplay footage or a 10-minute match that you play through as the devs. Why wouldn't you want to show that off? Why wouldn't you do that in a controlled environment if you felt like you needed to still play test stuff, that it was still kind of rough in some areas and you wanted to make sure you're capturing the right stuff? Then you edit it the right way, or you showcase the stuff that you know are slam dunks that are going to get people excited. Why is it that for GM mode that we haven't seen anything being shown off in terms of how it works? We've looked at and heard how it works. Why can't you show your audience in 30-second clip on Twitter, here's a walkthrough of my GM. Here's a walkthrough of the brand new updated universe mode and what you can be excited to enjoy. Wouldn't that get people to pre-order the game more? Wouldn't that hype your audience and your fan base and your community, your mod community, your community of creators out there? Wouldn't that get them a little bit more upped and hyped for the game? Instead of hoping that every day that we get a screenshot of Carmella and have to dissect from other creators and other people online of, we see this in the crowd or this update or this arena, and hopefully these things are in the game. I don't think it's totally fair to your fans and to your audience and to your consumers. I go back and say, I think if you're excited about the product you're producing, you should be trying to scream it from the rooftops as much as you can. You don't want to give it all away. You don't want to give everyone a giant playthrough of everything. But why can't we get 30 seconds of my GM? We can play some AAA games like God of War, Uncharted, Halo Infinite. You could play a number of different games out there, and you can get walkthroughs of 15-20 minutes of gameplay in-game. And those moments are in the game themselves. But they don't wreck the experience for people. We can make the argument that they actually enhance the experience for people because they get more excited and they're willing to pre-order your game. If you're 2K, I don't understand this from the actual monetary perspective, from the business perspective of trying to get more people to pre-order your game. That gets your investors a lot more happy and a lot more in tune and feeling a lot more confident that we are going to be able to sell this game at large and hit our quarterly numbers and our annual revenue targets. And if you wanted to do all of that, why wouldn't you want to show off a little bit more of the game other than sizzle reel gameplay trailers that you feel are going to really highlight and say everything you want to say about the game? I'm not trying to take away from anybody that is doing their job, and because I am not a developer, because I don't know how hard it is. I imagine it's very difficult, and I can't imagine, the scrutiny that they are under when dopes like me are going to maybe complain that the game isn't this or it isn't that. Nobody wants that. Nobody wakes up and wants to make the bad game. They're all wanting to make a good thing. And I'm excited that more news is coming out every day for us. It's awesome. But I think it is important that I hear you. As small as a content creator as I am and in the community, I hear you. If you're frustrated, if you feel like, you're not being given enough, or questioning, why should I pre-order this game? I haven't seen enough to make me want to pre-order it. I hear you. And you should wait. You should wait for the game to come out and get reviews and then make your best informed decision. There's no need to pre-order the game. Because guess what? Pre-orders are available online digitally up until like the night before the game actually releases. You can get it then. We may get early reviews coming out from creators and outlets a week before. So you can always wait. Again, for 2K and for the devs and everybody, I hope pre-orders are huge because the game is amazing and it's just all our worries are gone away because things like my GM are endless fun and universe mode is awesome and we can go through my rise and create our characters and the creation suite is like untapped, like there is no filter and we're able to just do what we want in this game and it's a slam dunk. I truly do hope that because we just want to have fun and enjoy our video games. But if you are a 2K and you do have a success with this, then I think that there is still an opportunity when you look at next year's version or the one after that or whatever the next WWE 2K title will be. I think that you need to take a step back and you need to realize that your rollout and your execution of these things from a marketing perspective and how you communicate with your audience, even though you claim that you say that you're listening to fans, you need to do a better job to listen to people when they say that they want to see a little bit more and understand from the player's perspective, from the fans' perspective, that they don't want to just be told about the game is coming. It's more of a show and don't tell. Anyways, guys, a little bit of a rant today, but I want to make sure that I am talking to everyone's perspective, because it's all valid. As long as our criticisms are kind of valid and we're not pointing fingers and they should do this and they should do that, that doesn't get anywhere. But if we want to have a good, constructive conversation about these things, that's awesome. And I think that these points, in my opinion, and the opinion of a lot of you in the community, you feel the same way. And I hear you. See you on the next episode.